What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. It is the 18th of August, and here we are on this brand new day with 21 hours and 8 minutes left in the day, sitting at $115.4 thousand, just under there right now, with a low today at just under 115.3K. 21 hours, 7 minutes left in the day. I do believe that we are on the right path for a massive reversal. Absolutely, a massive reversal to the upside, not to the downside. No, no, no. I think that this shakeout is coming to an end. We're very near the end of it, if not at the end of it. I mean, this very well could be the low. We're at these low areas that we found support before. Somewhere between here and there. It's very possible that we're there now. I wouldn't be surprised if we went a little bit lower. My expectation is still that we could go to about 114.4K, but we might see a little volatility on the way. But from a time perspective and from a price perspective, we're pretty damn close, you guys. Like less than $1,000 away, if that even. We did blast right through the golden ratio. Typically, and not that this has to be the way that it goes, but typically if you go through the golden ratio like this, you don't stop until you see the 786 or the 886. Bitcoin has had a real serious commitment to its 786 lately. Throughout this whole range, we've had a lot of iterations, like probably 5 different times that we've gone to that 786 for direct support, just like that, or resistance even. So, sometimes instead of a low to high fib, if you have a high to low fib, you're finding resistance there. But maybe what we do before going down there is we come back, we touch the golden ratio, and then we go lower. It doesn't have to be all at once, but it could be all at once. Typically, it is all at once, and being that it is Monday today, this is the day between today, tomorrow, and the next day. These are the days that we expected this low to kind of come in. Somebody in the comments on my recent shakeout update video was asking, is this how long a shakeout normally lasts? It feels like it's taking forever. I mean, it's been 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the 5th day. It's the 5th day. 2 of those days are over the weekend. Shakeouts can last weeks. They can last weeks. They don't have to be this. When I say short and intense, 2 weeks is a short amount of time, right? Let alone 5 days. It's definitely a short amount of time. Yeah, we're still in the middle of the shakeout. It's very possible, with this price going here, it's completely possible that we could still go lower, right? It's completely possible that this is not the low, depending on what we do here. I think that this is the low. I don't believe that we're going lower than that 111.9K marker there. I just wouldn't be too surprised if we did see some sort of lower prices come from the current area here. If we're looking at this on the short-term time frame, 1 hour, if it will load, it will load. You got your volume coming in. We got about 5 minutes left in this 1 hour time frame. Volume's coming in. I mean, that looks like it means business. I don't know what's going on, you guys, but there's going to be some kind of negative news announcement. We're going to hear about it all over CNBC tomorrow, probably. CNBC's bullish as hell on Bitcoin and crypto here. They're bullish as hell on it here. But then whenever we're down here, whenever it drops, now they're going to be bearish, right? That's oftentimes the signal that it's time to buy. It's oftentimes the signal it's time to sell whenever they start getting bullish, if you haven't noticed that, right? Granted, they were a little bit bullish here even, but inevitably we're lower than that days later. Looking at this here on the 1 hour with these indicators, RSI is getting overbought. We're actually at the lowest oversold. Lowest oversold reading on the 1 hour time frame that we've seen, man, in quite some time, huh? We got 5 minutes left in this 1 hour time frame. We can definitely move up a little bit from here, but damn, you guys, that's one of the lowest readings we've seen since June 17th. Wow. Intense. What happened back here? Let's go over both of these examples real quick. Okay, so we got one right here. Right there. Hell, we even got one right here. And let's get this one over here. Okay, let's just see what the price did. I can only guess on each of those iterations. Probably bounced pretty heavily. Let's see. Well, I guess you didn't bounce too heavy here. You did bounce, relatively speaking. And again, talking about the price going back to that golden ratio, maybe at like 116.5K, 116K itself, we could bounce up and then come down. But here you did bounce a good bit, to be fair. $103,000 all the way up to $106,000, right? And that was at a lower price. I could see us bouncing like $1,000 or $2 from this current price and then working our way lower. I don't know if this is what's ahead. I don't know if that's what's in store. Maybe, but probably not. Something like this, that was a nice bounce as well. Something like that was a nice. Look at every single one of these times. This is the least bounce that we had, and every single one of those times had some pretty good results afterwards. Just this is on the 1 hour time frame. We're talking about a day or two, talking about a day, talking about less than a day here. Just some reverberations to the upside. So I really wouldn't be surprised if this was our low. And maybe it's not our low. Maybe what we get here is the 1 hour closes right here, and the RSI is at this low point. the next hour comes down lower, but then we close green. So if, we're at 115.4K now, if we drop down to 114K in the next hour, we drop down, but then in that same hour we come back up and we close at 116K, it'll look like we've bounced off the RSI. It won't look like we've gone below this line. So this doesn't have to be the low. And even if it's a relative low, even if we do bounce here, this doesn't have to be the low itself of this overall move. We could have a little bit lower to go later today or sometime tomorrow. But we're definitely near, guys. We're definitely near. So anybody and everybody who's braved the storm of the shakeout, you've either waited to buy more, you've bought and you've held through this, you haven't panic sold. Brace yourselves, because we're probably going to see some dramatic upside here pretty soon. I think that this thing, as quick as it's gone to the downside, it is going to go to the upside as well. We're looking at the 30-day period on this Bitcoin chart. Look, I haven't refreshed it. You see how much that changed? Replay it, right? Replay the video. Look at how the shorts have overtaken the longs over the past 30 days. That's nice. We haven't had that in about a week now or two. There are a lot of shorts that have piled on. We've cleared out a ton of longs, you guys. I think we had like 13 billion or 14 billion in longs. Now we only have 9. We got about 12 billion in shorts. We're leveling things out. We're definitely leveling things out. We're in the same range now. Look at that. We're getting a little bit of a bounce. Same range now that we were all the way back here in the middle of July. And the amount of long and short positions, the amount of open interest is greatly diminished compared to what we were at here. And that's what you need. You need these leveraged positions to go away before you can make any serious move. And that's why these shakeouts are very necessary. Another thing that I'm noticing here, just looking at this, the line of deceit and falsehoods has prevailed again, right? Where do you find support? You don't find support right at the line. You find support just below the line. Maybe the first couple of times you do, but you find support just below it. The fact that we're right here and we've got a lot of volume tells me I think we're there, man. And we're in this area. We're exactly in this area that we've been expecting to go to all along. Now, I am a bit surprised, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, at the destination that we've achieved. I wouldn't assume that this is where we stop. I would assume, just looking at it, that we go to the 786. So I am expecting 114.5K, but I'm okay with this. This could be the low. To validate this as a low, which would be weird, it's kind of a weird area to stop, but if we stop here, if we stop in this strange land of strangeness, let me just see here, hold on, from a low to a high, we could, it could happen, but that golden ratio is right down there as far as the extensions go. That's the 786. If we stop here, the way to validate that is simple. Okay, all you got to do is get above this high. Get above it, close above it, get above 118.5K, closing on a 1 hour time frame or higher time frame, and then you validate this as a low. Okay? But until then, I remain skeptical. What I think is going to happen is we're going to move up, find resistance at prior support, and then we're going to move down, right? Complete our low, and then boom, then we're rallying. And that might all happen today, right? By the end of the day, we could definitely be lower, but perhaps we do get a little bit of a bounce here. We'll see. I want to look at the 4 hour time frame. We've done so much and we've talked about so much and only looked at the RSI. Stochastics look bearish, MACD looks bearish, but I'm not going to weigh too heavy on those because they're shorter term time frame stuff. The 4 hour has 59 minutes left. We wick down pretty heavy. Volume's coming in. The RSI does look bearish, rejecting the 50 here. Lower lows throughout this whole range, yes. Lower lows here, lower highs here. We're kind of at that area to bounce. Maybe we come down a little bit more and then we bounce here, come down, form some bullish divergence, and then we break out going into Tuesday or Wednesday. We should be recovering, I think. I think that that's what's going to happen. Cool. What about the daily time frame here? What's Doge doing? Doge dropped a good bit, y'all. Doge is dropping. Probably going to go to 21 cents, I'm thinking. Anyways, daily time frame. Rejecting the overbought zone, coming down, find support at the 40 or even just below the 40, gives room for more downside to take place. MACD's crossing red. Stochastics are near an area to find support, but not quite there. So again, everything kind of suggesting a little bit lower would make sense. But if we see some volatility in the meantime, I wouldn't be too surprised. I don't believe that we get below 114.4K. I think that we find support there. Anything's possible, but we're very close, my friends. We're at 115.4K now. We are very, very close. We're almost there. And then I wouldn't even be surprised, Monday we're starting off on a little bit of a bloody note. We're down 1.6%. I wouldn't be surprised at all if by the end of this week we're at new all-time highs or at least charging our way up there. And then going into the end of the month, we absolutely should be at new all-time highs, 130 to 140K by the end of the month. We should see some fast price action taking place, my friends. And if not by the end of the month, if we're not there by the end of the month, then definitely making our way toward there and then reaching for those prices early in September. All in all, we're almost done with this. The worst is behind us. The best is in front of us. This is not a double top. I don't know what the news is. Okay, I'm actually kind of curious. Let's see. Crypto news. We'll just look at this real quick. Shout out to Terrence Stamp, legend. Rest in peace, man. Let's see. Oh. I'm gonna have to get my daughter. Yeah, nothing new. Nothing new that I see so far. But I'm sure leverage trade shows signs of stress. Yeah, probably. People are probably stressed. Yeah. But I do expect that there will be some negative story coming out with this news. And of course, what's going to happen is the story is going to be at the bottom. So do not panic sell. When you wake up tomorrow, whenever you go to work in 12 hours, whatever it is, whatever the case may be, do not panic because there's going to be some kind of negative news associated with this price and it might make you emotional. Don't make emotional decisions. Just be a rock, okay? Even if you feel emotional on the inside, be a rock, okay? I got nothing else for don't be Iraq. Don't be Iraq. Be a rock, okay? I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.